Now let's do a money personality quiz. This is going to be really helpful for determining your financial goals. I'm going to put on screen now, and please pause the screen if you want to do this quiz and answer each of these 5 questions, A, B, C, or D. So for each of these questions, give yourself the following points for each answer. So when you answer A to something, give yourself 1 point. If you answer B, give yourself 4 points. C, give yourself 5 points. And D, give yourself 2 points. Now, if your range is between 5 to 9 points, then your personality is a spender type. This means that you're someone who enjoys spending money, you're kind of like a live in a moment kind of person, you may have trouble saving and planning for the future, and you might struggle with debt or impulse buying. If you have between 10 to 14 points, then you're called a balancer. This means that you're pretty good at managing your money and making good decisions, but you're also prone to indecision and stress. So you may be missing out on some good opportunities because you're being very cautious. If you have between 15 and 19 points, you're considered a saver. This means you're excellent at saving money and reaching your financial goals. But it also means that you may be too frugal and too rigid. You may be neglecting some of your own wants and needs just in order to save more. And you may have trouble sharing your money with other people. And finally, if you're from 20 to 25 points, you're considered an investor. You are savvy and you're strategic with your money. And you really seek to grow your wealth and to have a positive impact. Generally, you're very adventurous and you're willing to take risk. But sometimes you may be a little too optimistic and ignore some of your basic needs. Let me know in the comments what you got. So for me, I got 12 points, which makes me a balancer. My strengths are that I maintain a balance between saving, spending, and investing. So it says the characteristics are you're good at managing your money and making smart decisions, but you may also be prone to stress or indecision. You may miss out on some opportunities or experiences because of your cautiousness. That actually fits me really, really well. I feel like I got so scared of certain scams that people taught me about and warned me about to the point where I just kind of assume everything might be a scam. So I'm definitely a pretty overly cautious kind of person, and definitely I get stressed or indecisive, so I just end up not probably taking advantage of many opportunities that I have. And I also put on screen now the tips for the different money personalities. For me, I already know my strengths is being able to balance between these things, and challenges is it's hard to stay consistently in the middle. So specific tips would include treating yourself occasionally to enjoy your money, staying open to new money making opportunities, seeking advice but trusting your instincts, and celebrating your financial successes. So obviously this is not all encompassing, but I think it's useful to take some of these tips and start incorporating them into your financial goals, which is what we're going to talk about next. The course recommends that you use SMART goals. You might have heard of that acronym before. It stands for specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time-bound. For example, a not SMART goal is I want to be rich. What does that even mean, right? On the other hand, a SMART goal would be something like by the time I am 30 years old, I want to put down a down payment for $100,000 to buy a house. It's specific because you want to buy a house. It's measurable because it's $100,000. It's achievable in the sense that it is not impossible to do, and is realistic. Well, it could be realistic depending on your life situation, but assuming that you have a job that can allow you to do that and you have 5 years until you're 30, it's something that you can reasonably do. And it's time bound because it's by the time that you're 30 years old. When you set these kind of goals, you can actually start making plans to achieve them.